Imagine an 18-year-old tennis prodigy, born in America but raised in Canada, with Congolese roots, who has been making waves in the tennis world. Victoria Mboko, the young sensation, has been on an unstoppable winning streak, and her recent triumphs have left fans and critics alike in awe. But here's where it gets controversial. Mboko's meteoric rise has sparked debates about the future of Canadian tennis and the impact of multiculturalism on the sport. Some argue that her success is a testament to Canada's inclusive culture, while others question whether the country's tennis infrastructure can sustain such rapid growth. And this is the part most people miss. Mboko's journey is not just about her individual achievements. It's about the broader narrative of immigrant families finding success in a new land. Her story is a beacon of hope for many. But it also raises questions about the challenges and opportunities that come with being a young athlete in a multicultural society. Let's dive into the details of Mboko's incredible journey and explore the implications of her success on the tennis world and beyond. Victoria Mboko, the Canadian tennis talent who can't stop winning, has arrived at her home event, the WTA 1000 Canadian Open in Montreal. This story has been updated during Victoria Mboko's run to the WTA 1000 Canadian Open title in Montreal, ripping a backhand past a former Wimbledon quarterfinalist to clinch a first Grand Slam win on the opening day of the French Open is a pretty good way to make tennis fans stand up and take notice. Or maybe Victoria Mboko, the 18-year-old American-born Canadian-raised daughter of Congolese parents, has been announcing herself for months now. Maybe folks just weren't listening closely enough. Everyone is now, as she backs up her run to the French Open third round with a first WTA Tour title at the 1000-level Canadian Open in Montreal, one rung below a Grand Slam. Mboko beat four-time major champion and former world number one Naomi Osaka in front of 11,000 fans. And she did it playing the same brain game she's been playing throughout her startling climb up the tennis biosphere. She tells herself that what is happening isn't actually happening. Kind of just play it down, she said during an interview after her 6-1, 7-6, 4 win over Lulu Sun of New Zealand on a Sunday in May at Roland Garros. 3 days later, she knocked out rising German Eva Leis 6-4, 6-4 to move into the third round at her first major. Her run ended there in a defeat to Zheng Qinwen, the 2024 Olympic gold medalist. But Mboko had shown everyone who had missed her rise that they should have been paying more attention. Pretend like you're playing somewhere else, that you're not at a Grand Slam, she said of her strategy there. It's another clay court tournament. That way, I don't put as much pressure on myself and the points. I let loose and I kind of go for my shots a little bit more, she said. If playing make-believe before walking onto the biggest stages in tennis could lead to Mboko taking a spot next to Bianca Andreescu, Leylah Fernandez, Denis Shapovalov, Felix Auger-Aliassime, Milos Raonic and others in the Canadian tennis firmament, then Mboko probably ought to keep doing it. Her performance in Paris and then in Montreal, where she has knocked out another two-time major champion Coco Gauff, beaten 4 Grand Slam champions in all and surged into the top 30 of the WTA rankings, has showed every bit of what has generated all the buzz about Mboko. She is the latest in a string of Canadians from immigrant families who have made it to the top of the sport. We know Canada is a very multicultural country, and we are very accepting of everyone, Andreescu, who has become a mentor to Mboko, said during an interview in Rome. I think it's a beautiful thing that we're all from different cultures, different backgrounds. But at the end of the day, Tennis Canada really has built this program in the acceptance of everybody, no matter who you are. The youngest by 7 years of 4 tennis-playing siblings, Mboko has been winning more than just about anyone in professional women's tennis since the start of the year. She finished last year ranked 350th. With her coaches believing fully in her potential but also wanting her to take it slow, given her struggles with knee injuries in recent years. Now they have another problem on their hands. Mboko has won so many matches that she has already played more than she has ever played before. She started the year winning 22 in a row on the ITF World Tennis Tour, 2 rungs below the WTA Tour. She lost one, then won another 5, this time at a WTA 125 event. The next rung up in Porto. She has won matches in Rome, Gauff and Rome, Italy at the Italian Open. Her record on the year is 51-9. She is not a Cinderella story. She is just doing what she does, winning on ever bigger stages. I have been doing exactly the same thing I've been doing every other day. I like to keep the same routine when I'm in a tournament, she said after her win over Gauff, who had beaten her in 3 sets at the Italian Open. I think I'm a little bit superstitious in that way, in that sense. But I just like to keep everything super simple. I like to do the exact same thing every day in a tournament. Fans at the Canadian Open have risen to their home hope. Robert Prang, Getty Images. That's a lot, Marco Strilic, one of 3 coaches she works with at the Canadian Tennis Federation, said during an interview at the Italian Open. If she keeps winning, you have to figure out a way to manage the schedule so that she doesn't get hurt. This is for the long term. That was before Mboko cruised through French Open qualifying to earn her main draw debut, and then knocked through Sun as though she knew she would all along. Mboko was all business again against Lies, but for a couple of service breaks, she quickly recovered from. Her brother Kevin, 27 and a tennis coach in suburban Toronto, said that from the moment she woke up, she set her mind on only one thing: winning. She looked at us and said, "I got to win today," he said in an interview after she did just that. We were trying to bring her down a little bit, telling her that it's all right, to just go out there and have fun, enjoy the experience. She was like, "No, I got to win." That's how she was during her hit before walking onto the court. And it's how she was through the 79-minute match. Rain, wind, muddy balls, nothing really budged her off her game. "It's been really calm between the days," she said. That's how my coach wanted it to be. She woke at 6:45 ahead of her match against Lees, ready to roll. There was quick breakfast, a ride to Roland Garros, a physical warm-up, and then a 30-minute hit at 9:30 a.m. Then I just chilled in the locker room until my match, she said. All week, all month really, there has been a no-big-deal sensibility to Mboko. She credited the presence of her sister and brother for that. There is so much happening even behind the scenes, she said. I feel like my family has been doing a good job of keeping me, I guess, isolated from it all. I have just been enjoying the moment. I've been enjoying time with my sister and my brother. I don't have so many people around me, and it's kept me very calm and very comfortable. At some point, this is going to get complicated. But for Kevin and everyone else closest to Mboko, this rocket ride both is and is not surprising. Her oldest sister Gracia, 28, who has been courtside all event, played tennis for the University of Denver. She said that she and her brothers always knew that their baby sister had something they did not. Gracia recalled a local women's tournament at their home club in Burlington, a city in the Greater Toronto area of Ontario, that she played in when she was 17. At the last minute, another slot opened up, and a pro at the club asked Victoria, who was just 9 and had come to watch, if she wanted to play. Victoria jumped at the opportunity and eventually faced her sister. Gracia won 6-0, 6-0. But the way Victoria behaved, it was as though she had expected the results to go the other way. It's that belief in yourself that the very top of the 1% have. Gracia, a consultant in private equity, said Sunday after watching her sister win. It's not only should I win this match, I'm going to go do it. And then she does it. At least she does now. For the past couple of years, A knee injury caused by both rapid growth and a bad fall on a tennis court has made that difficult. She spent much of last year based in Belgium at the academy of Justine Henin, the former world #1 and 4-time French Open champion. She played little for the first 6 months of the